You would never know that these productive and happy individuals are overcoming addictions and in recovery from the physical, emotional, economic, and social pain that alcohol and substance abuse addiction causes. The problem is larger than you may think, and it affects us all. It is estimated that 1 in 10 women are suffering from alcohol or some type of substance addiction.
The last 6 months of the addiction was my worst case. I had no place to live. My kids were taken away from me, and I had nowhere else to go.
I never dreamed of choosing drugs over my children, and I did. I didn't know I had a problem until I couldn't quit, or I was in jail and I was thinking, oh, I thought it was the people, and it is the people too, people just like me. When I absolutely needed it physically, emotionally, spiritually, because it made me whole. It made me feel like I was powerful with the drugs. And I don't know when I crossed that line of addiction, but it was very powerful.
This is why we bunk together and live together and put up with each other. Is because when we do this thing together, we have a great deal of strength. We have strength on both sides. Together, we can do what we could not do alone. Each one of us tried to get sober, tried to get clean, probably at one time or another. And when we were not as successful as when we get together and we form a bond. And that's what you're talking about. We need to be able to talk about our life honestly, realistically. And we need to find some acceptance to that. And you know, while here at WINR, we don't do anything for you. The philosophy is that we'll do everything with you, and you'll do everything with each other. That's what every alcoholic and addict has to do to get sober and to stay sober, is surrender. They have to surrender to the acceptance of their disease. They have to surrender to a plan of action that's going to be foreign to them in the beginning.
The hope came back, because there was no hope for me for a very long time in life. No hope. I had been through the treatment centers, you know, 5 of them. I had been through a halfway house. You know, I was 46 years old when I got here to the WINR program. It was like, there is no hope. But once getting here and doing it on a daily basis, day after day after day, consistently, and being held accountable, because it was about accountability. I didn't want to be accountable.
It's really important, especially early in recovery, because we have a problem with impulse control. I know, at least in my history, I did. And so if the women have to be accountable, then they're less likely to stray, you know, from their schedule. And that's why we have support, and that's why we have a sign-in, sign-out sheet, or board actually, and a sheet. And we have the numbers of where their work is, and if they're going to the doctors, the number of the doctors, you know. And it's just good, it's good. And then you learn, it becomes almost a habit, you know, because it's kind of strange to do it in the beginning, but once you do it enough, it's a habit, and you feel funny if you don't do it that way.
But the basis for this program is the structure that is from essentially day in to day out. The girls have to get a job, they have to go to meetings every night. This community here reinforces the kind of behavior that will keep them sober when they leave here. And that's what this is about, the day in, day out reinforcement of the kind of behaviors that will keep them sober when they leave.
I found the peer program, and I was taking direction from people who had suffered a lot of the same kind of pain that I had gone through. Not exactly, but to be addicted to something that has such a hold on you that you'll give up everything you love to continue using the substance, knowing the whole time that you're killing yourself and that you're killing everybody around you, and to have somebody trying to tell you how to get off of it that has no idea because they've never had the problem. That's a direction I couldn't follow. So peer leadership, knowing that that person has had a similar path, it makes it acceptable that when they're telling you, this is what I did, this is what worked for me, you can see that it worked for them. So it's easier to follow that direction.
Right, and that their ID has been verified. Okay.
My general manager has been very good. She just totally believes in me, and she knows that I can do it, and she tells me that. you know, that helps. She stands behind me 100%.
Someone has to believe in them, that they truly want to succeed and make a change in their life. And if someone doesn't give them the opportunity, they'll never have an opportunity.
I got my kids back and I said, okay, I mean, it's truly one day at a time thing. And I can remember saying, okay, when I get off IPS, okay, when CPS is out of my life, and then, okay, when I get off standard probation. And you know, I've been off standard probation for like 7 years. I just couldn't imagine ever going back to that way of life, ever. I want to stop this cycle of addiction in my family because it runs very deep.
For me, it's, I never dreamed that I'd have an opportunity to do something like this, that actually my Tony or Miss Patty would even trust me to do something like this, because I know I haven't been worthy of that, you know, my history. And so for me, it's a gift, you know, and God's allowed me to do this, and I don't take it lightly, and I want to do it to the best of my ability, because I found in my recovery that if I just keep doing the next right things, the right things will happen to me, and it's just proven itself time and time again, and I'm just blessed. I mean, this me coming here and this whole process has been a blessing.
It's really awkward and it's really hard at first, but I mean, it's been 8 years since I've been with my mom, and I mean, I think I'm pretty successful for only being 18 years old. I mean, I have a lot of accomplishments and just experiences in my life, and it's just, I mean, it's hard, it really is, but it's, I mean, it's getting to know your family. It's a deeper bond.
Recovery is, you can't buy, you know, soberness. You have to earn it. You have to work hard to get there. And she did, and I'm proud of her.